We have officially been living full-time in our Airstream for 10 months now.
And over the course of the last 10 months, we've visited over 20 states and stayed in over 60 campgrounds.
One of the most common questions that we get is, where are our favorite places to stay? So that's what we're answering for you today. Here are our top 10 campgrounds that we absolutely love. Number 10 on our list is the Grand Ole RV Resort, which is located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee, aka about 15 minutes outside of Nashville. And I have to preface this by saying I'm a little preferential to Nashville because that is where I grew up, but this RV park has some amenities that we've never seen anywhere else.
If you're familiar with Nashville, then you know it's also called Music City. And one of the very unique things about this RV resort is that they invite local musicians to perform at the campgrounds.
They also have Southern hospitality down to a T. They have home-cooked meals on a regular basis in the evenings, and if you want to if you want to enjoy a nice cold adult beverage while you're listening to that live music, it's available in the store. It makes it so convenient to have a night at home that's relaxing, fun, and completely entertaining.
It was the first multi-generational campground that we visited, and the grandfather was there checking people in, and it's just so nice to see when families pull together.
We love the Grand Ole RV Resort. So if you're in and around Nashville, we'd highly recommend it.
Number 9 on our list is from my home state in Monticello, Florida, called Golden Acres Ranch. And there's one very unique thing about this ranch that's different than any other place that we've visited.
Baby goats!
Baby goats!
They're so cute. So the Golden Acres Ranch is actually a Harvest Host. If you're not familiar with Harvest Hosts, it's basically a club that you join that has wineries, breweries, golf courses, farms, lots of places that you can stay overnight that's free. The only caveat is that they want you to patron the business, which is totally cool and obviously supports our Wonder Local mission. So we love Harvest Host. If you're not a member and want to learn more, make sure to check out the link in our description because it'll give you a little bit of a discount and that would be awesome. Another reason that made this one of our favorite places to stay is when you get to the farm, you're actually pulled into your very own gated area for your RV. So if you have dogs, they can run around and play. You have a lot of just room to relax and really enjoy nature in the farm when you're there.
And our neighbors had a dog, and let me tell you, when it got out there in the morning and it was just doing laps out there without a leash, it was the happiest puppy ever. So if you have a dog, this definitely needs to be added to your list.
Number 8 on our list is the Oasis Las Vegas RV Resort, located in none other than Las Vegas, Nevada. And since it's only a 10-minute drive or Uber ride to the Strip, it is convenience to a T. But the amenities at this park are bar none.
This particular campground was a recommendation from quite a few of you, so we knew we had to check it out. They have on-site RV cleaning, which, if you're like me, I'm just not really big on getting out there and hosing down and wiping down the entire RV. So if there's a service on site to do that, perfection.
Okay, so obviously that's a thing for full-timers, but from a standpoint of just going and staying, if it's just a weekend trip or you want to go to Vegas and gamble for a couple weeks, they definitely hands down win for the best pools.
Yes.
They have 2 dedicated pools that look more like you're at a real hotel than an RV park. One of them specifically for kids, and then one designated specifically for adults, which is great. They had a waterfall by the pool, and they had putt-putt golf.
And if you're looking for an adult beverage to hang out by the pool, they also have an on-site bar. And if you're hungry, you can grab something from the restaurant.
The number 7 campground on our list is the Beachside RV Resort in Surfside Beach, Texas. Now, this one comes in at our priciest campground, as we paid $135 a night to stay here, but not without reason. You are literally right on the beach.
And one of my favorite things about this place is, while we did visit in winter, so obviously it was cold.
Texas freeze.
Texas freeze. If you've seen our Texas freeze video, then you know we didn't really get to enjoy the beach as much as we would maybe in summer months. But you can clearly tell this place will be poppin' in the summer months.
They have an on-site restaurant that's actually on stilts, and underneath the restaurant and bar, they have all sorts of cool like hanging swings and tables and tons of outdoor space to hang out. You can tell it would be really, really fun in the summer months. And they had a DJ during the weekends, which was fun. It's a family-owned campground, and you can just tell that the people who run the place really care about the campers who are staying there. Because it was during the Texas freeze, they did come in and like check on us, make sure we were fine, which was so kind. But we love this place, and we know for a fact that we are going to go back.
One of the things that I definitely loved about it is that they have an outdoor bar area. And clearly it wasn't open during the freeze, but you can tell that sitting there with your feet in the sand, ordering from the bar, would be amazing. Number 6 on our list is Pecan Grove RV Park, and it's situated right in downtown Austin, Texas.
It's not called Pecan Grove RV Park. It's called Pecan Grove RV Park. But it really is wonderful no matter how you choose to pronounce the name.
Now, this is a very sought-after campground, so you're going to have to do a little bit of planning to land a spot in this coveted location.
And the reason it's coveted is because it's right in downtown Austin. You can walk to tons of bars and restaurants. There's this adorable Italian restaurant right next to it that has the most amazing homemade pasta ever. We even got some, brought it to the Airstream with us, and froze it. It was that good.
One of my favorite things was that there was a local market just steps away that carried craft beers and really delicious foods. So we brought some of those back to the RV to enjoy.
It's also another locally owned campground. And one of the things that you'll notice when you get there are that quite a few of the RVers that are there actually live there. So there's a lot of pride around the upkeep of the campground and making sure that people feel welcomed. And that's what part of it was really special.
This is easily our best big city campground. And like we mentioned before, location, location, location.
Coming in at spot number 5 is the Bryn Mawr Ocean Resort in St. Augustine, Florida, which was a huge personal favorite for me. At $93 a night, it's a little more expensive than what we typically would pay living full time, but it's right on the beach. So we were literally, our Airstream was parked maybe 10 feet from where you could walk out onto the sand and onto these beautiful ocean views. I absolutely loved running there in the mornings. It was magical.
Besides a huge concrete platform, there was also a private cabana on site there as well. So as soon as we got up in the morning, we would take our coffee, we'd go to the cabana, and we enjoy a beautiful view of the ocean.
And being maybe 15 minutes from downtown St. Augustine, there are tons of things to do around the area. St. Augustine needs to be on the top of your list, and when you go, stay at Bryn Mawr Ocean Resort.
Number 4 on the list is in Brew Bridge, Louisiana, and it's at Champagne Swamp Tours. It's actually a Harvest Host, and this one easily wins for the most unique parking spot we have ever visited.
Not to mention, probably the most complicated to back into. When you back your RV into the peninsula, you're basically backing into the swamp, and you have 360-degree views of the water all around you. It is insanely cool.
And one of the really cool things about this is that they do offer swamp tours. So basically you get up in the morning after you've booked your swamp tour, you go right over to the main building, and you hop on an airboat.
When you go on the swamp tour, first, it's only $25 a person, so it's super affordable. And you get to see all sorts of wildlife. It was just a really, really cool experience. And we learned a lot about the swamp.
So much.
Not only do you get to learn a lot about the Louisiana Bayou, but you get an incredible, crazy view. And as a Harvest Host, it's free. Number 3 on our list, hands down, wins for the best bang for your buck. Oliver Lee Memorial State Park in Alamogordo, New Mexico is breathtaking. It's about 30 minutes from the White Sands National Park. And if you've never been there, and if you've never sled there, you definitely want to put that on your list of U.S. adventures that are a must. But this campground is magical. And at only $15 a night for water and electric hookups, it's really hard to beat the views.
They are absolutely breathtaking. You've got one side with the most beautiful, bright, vibrant red sunsets, And on the other side, you've got mountains, and the mountains are where you do all of your hiking.
This was hands down one of my favorite places to just kick back, relax, and read a book in a hammock, because it was absolutely wonderful.
Between the top two, it was very hard for us to figure out which one was going to remain number one, but number two on our list is boondocking in Sedona, Arizona. And we found this particular spot using Campendium.
If you're into boondocking, which of course is camping without hookups, this place was amazing. Sedona is known for their red rocks. So our number one goal with our boondocking spot here was to find somewhere with a view of them. And this place has exactly that. Another great thing about it is from a clearance perspective, our Airstream did fine. We don't have a lift kit on her yet. So knowing that Airstreams are relatively low to the ground, we really think that most RVs could easily make it back to this spot. Even with the 15 minutes it takes to get in and out of the place, you are still only 30 minutes from downtown Sedona. So there are tons of restaurants and shopping plazas and fun adventures. We went on a ATV adventure. You can totally rent one of those down in downtown Sedona. We got lucky, and our boondocking neighbors over at the Glam Dockers YouTube channel actually owned one and took us for a ride, which was incredible. Tons of stuff to do. Awesome free boondocking camping. What's not to love? Are you ready for spot number one? Drum rolls! When we decided on our number one spot, we really took into consideration the price, the views, and the ease to get to things in and around town. And with that, we picked our number one spot is Joshua Tree Lake RV and Campground. It's only $45 a night, and you are in the desert. And they have these beautiful, luscious flowered trees everywhere that give you shade and privacy for your campground. They have full hookup sites. They have, only electric and water hookup sites, and they even have really cool tent sites as well. But the sunsets here are some of the most memorable that we've had throughout our entire experience thus far.
And even though you're in the middle of a desert, there's a lake on site. And one of the things that Lauren absolutely loved about the lake...
Baby ducks!
Baby ducks! And the lake is filled with lush greenery, which you would not expect in the middle of a desert.
Add on top of all of that, it has Joshua Tree Music Festival that's attached to the campground, which is one of the coolest music venues that we have been to in the entire country, not just on our Airstream adventure. That part was really cool. When we arrived at our campsite the first night, they were having music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we could easily hear the amazing live music with really good sound quality from our camper. So we didn't even have to buy tickets to go. We could literally just sit there and enjoy the music by our campfire, and that was so neat. Of course, we did opt to get tickets and go one night while we were there, because the venue is just absolutely worth it. Like, the music's awesome, the venue's so cool.
And another thing that I really loved about this campground is that it's family owned, and that's very much in line with our Wander Local mission to support local businesses.
They had all sorts of cool art around the campground, neat places where you can easily go hang out and work for the day. And of course, if you're in Joshua Tree and you're not full-time RVers, I would expect you not to work. But it was really great for us. They had shaded areas and neat benches right by the lake that you could relax.
And if you're looking to take some really cool photographs, there's so much unique art on site that just makes it really, really easy and Instagram worthy.
The campground is only about 20 minutes from two different entrances to Joshua Tree National Park. Now, that being said, Joshua Tree National Park is humongous, and when you get to the front of the park, it's almost 30 to 45 minutes from anywhere from there. So it does take a little bit of time to get into the heart of the park from the campground, but we found it totally doable. We ended up doing a sunrise hike as well as a sunset hike, which you have to get up really early to do if you're going to do, and we didn't feel like it was too difficult with the distance from the campground. It's located in easy distance to get to all sorts of activities that could keep you busy for weeks.
And again, this was easily the most unique place we have stayed in the country so far.
There you have it. Our top 10 favorite campsites we've visited so far in our 20-state, 10-month Airstream adventure.
Now, we still have 30 U.S. states to go, so if you have a recommended campground, be sure to leave it in the comment below, because it may end up on our next list.
But if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, and we look forward to sharing more campsites with you soon.